Alright, so going to be a shorter video today on the garden restoration series. Today we're going to be restoring this bench. Not just any old bench. This is a sort of memorial bench. Well, not sort of, it is a memorial bench to my late grandparents. Now, I originally picked this up after my granddad died just over 6 years ago, back in 2016. And yeah, he always liked gardening and being out in the garden, amongst a number of other things. So it seemed only fitting. At the time I had a lovely garden anyway. So it seemed only fitting to put some sort of bench here. I know it's not your traditional style of bench like you see in a park, but I liked this one more. Yeah, it's actually a year ago to the day that my grandmother died as well. I realised that this morning whilst I was making my coffee, and I thought this bench, it needs a bit of work now. It's been a bit neglected over winter and last year. If anything, it's a bit of an insult to them now. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. You can see it's seen better days. The varnish has come off. I'm hoping varnish and a bit of paint will restore it to its former glory. Failing that, we'll do a complete sand down and we'll redo the whole thing. We also have these two brass plaques to put on. You can see I got the first one, as you can see, back in 2016 when I got the bench after my granddad passed away from cancer, and then I got the second one more recently after my grandma died. I did think about getting another one of these so that they match, because you see this one's weathered somewhat from being outside, this one's all shiny and new. But neither of my grandparents were the sort to waste anything, so I thought I'll just put them both on together. They're the same size and font and everything, so over time they'll weather and they'll match each other and it'll just become the same plaque. Put them both together. So that's what we're going to do. Bit of time lapse now as we attempt the first paint, and then we'll see what it looks like. Before we get into that, however, I just thought I'd quickly show you this I've picked up whilst I was out doing the food shop. I came over a level crossing. It was in the middle of the road, and I thought, oh, I best pull over and move that. If someone hits this, that could be quite bad. At that moment, a Porsche's coming the other way. He didn't see it until it was too late, despite me flashing my lights, and he drove into it. You can see where he hit it. It's just sheared that bit off there. He clipped it with his wheel. He tried to swerve. It flung it up into his door. Kind of a shame, really. The Porsche looked to be immaculate, apart from this nice scratch and dent that he'd just picked up. But never mind. But no, I was just going to leave it at the side of the road, but then I thought, nah, I'll take that home. Might make a good garden ornament if I can figure out what to do with it. Maybe I can get it working around the pond somehow. If I can get water to flow out of it, that'd be quite cool. But yeah, just thought I'd quickly show you that. I'll make a proper video once I figure out what to do with it. Alright, so this is what we're going to use. It's some sort of timber care, that's all it says on it. And you can see I've had it a while. I've used nearly all of it. It's quite watery, so you do have to use a fair bit. It's made for fences and such like. But it does the job on this bench. And when it's on fresh, it does make a nice colour. I really should have got myself some new rollers and brushes, but that'll have to do for now. I've got that for the finer bits, that's still okay. So yeah, let's get it done. Okay, so first coat is on. As I'm sure you'll agree, it's looking a lot better already. That's not just the lighting, as the sun starts to go down behind us. It is actually looking that good. Up close, not so good. It seems a few bits where I can't get the roller into. It's a bit splodgy in places. That's what this is for. So we're going to use this now to get in between the slats into the places where the roller couldn't reach. And then we'll have a quick look what it looks like afterwards. So a bit more time lapse. So there we are, that's enough painting for today. I've gone over it probably several times with the hand brush. This is the normal paintbrush, not the roller. I'm quite happy with how it looks. Obviously it needs to dry. It's reasonably quick drying is this, but I do want to let it sit overnight before I try and put the plaques back on. As you can see, it's looking a lot better. It's not entirely drying even in places. The good thing about this is it's so watery, it soaks into the wood. So if your coat isn't completely even, it doesn't make that much of a difference once it's completely dry. It will still look pretty nice. Obviously large splodges you're going to notice, but we can always do a second coat tomorrow if need be. So yeah, we'll let that dry overnight. I'm up at Sparrows Fart in the morning and we'll get the plaques attached, and then it should be good for the summer. Okay, so just packing up for the evening, putting everything away here in the garden shed. Well, it's actually more of a cave. It's made of brick and it's always cold in here. Garden cave. And yeah, this is why preparation is key. This project was a bit of a spur of the moment thing. I've got nothing to wash these brushes in. I haven't got a pot to put them in. I might be able to find an old Tupperware box somewhere, but I can't find my terps anywhere. I get the sneaking suspicion I've used it all. So I've got nothing to thin the paint off with. It'll just have to be water. I need new ones anyway, but yeah, guess these are fucked now. Actually, here's a better idea. Fill up this old plant pot with water. Fucking leave them in there. That'll do the trick. Good job this stuff comes off easily. So this one as well. Just runs off. Hose these off, they'll be good as new. Good as new. Ish. Good as sort of new. Alright, so it's now the following morning. The bench is looking brilliant. The paint is mostly dry. The sort of damp patches that you can see on the seat and at the top, they're just the morning dew that's built up on it. It is still slightly damp to the touch. If I run my finger on it, you can see it does come off. I think that's not necessarily the paint that needs to dry, but just that it was very cold last night, and yeah, naturally it's a bit damp this morning, so it's looking like it's going to be a gorgeous day, nice and sunny, so we'll leave it out to dry. We'll put the plaques on this afternoon after work. Okay, so looking good. It's fully dry, as you can see at long last. Has unfortunately picked up some muddy paw prints already, but never mind, they can be cleaned off. So the last thing to do, just need to put the plaques back on. I've found 8 identical screws. I decided we're going to go with these black flathead screws with the mushroom style top on them. The reason being is the old ones that I had, no matter how much you screwed them down, they did seem to sit like a little proud, and I thought it just looked a bit scruffy. As well as you could catch your shirt on it if you ran your hand over it, so these will fit through the holes. They just about fit, but that's okay. Yeah, 8 of them. There we are. Job done. for now anyway. I might end up doing a bit more on this later in the summer. But yeah, as we can see, the painting from the other day has dried nicely. You can see, yeah, a few mucky paw marks. Never mind. Sure my grandparents wouldn't have minded. Got the plaques on. Unfortunately, it turns out these are somewhat softer metal than I thought. It did end up taking a few chunks out. That's fine, that'll weather nicely. Yeah, you won't notice that after a few days. But yeah, the plaques are on. As I said, yeah, this one will weather down, so it'll match the other one in time anyway, but I'm not throwing away a perfectly good one. Waste not, want not, they always said. Yeah, the rest of it is looking good too. And I have to say, it's a gorgeous day to sit and enjoy a coffee. Cheers. Come on, muffin. Go. Who's a good cat? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, you can't have my coffee. What's going on here? Go over here. Stop fighting.